never doubt God. Has God said? You see the subtlety and the encroachment of it. Has God really said? And if God has said, are you sure? So we must first and foremost deal with what? Doubts. In John chapter 20, verse 27. John chapter 20, we'll start from verse 25 for us to get a better picture. John 20, verse 25. The other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. Who was saying that? Thomas. So even a Thomas, a disciple, could have this element of doubt. Is it really certain? NIV verse 27. John 20 verse 27. NIV. If you have NIV, can you read it for us? Verse 27.
Then he said to Thomas, put your finger here.
Put your finger here.
See my hands.
See my hands.
Reach out your hand and put it into my side.
Reach out your hand and put it into my side.
Stop doubting and believe.
Stop doubting. And what?
Believe.
Now, see, that's the point there. So this cosmic prayer meeting, what must be dealt with as is contained in God's heart, body, it is. Doubt is a barrier to our accessing even divine healing, divine access to God's truth, to God's will, to God's plan. Even if Thomas, a disciple of Jesus, had this element of doubting. Closely related to doubt. Number 2, before we stop for prayers, closely related to doubt is this stronghold of logic. The devil can use logic. Logic is good because it makes you to reason correctly. Logic in itself is not bad because in logic you are able to reason correctly. But at the same time, the devil also hijacks this logic to scare us, to deprive us of access into the power of God. Now look at the logic there that the devil used against even Thomas. Jesus was crucified on the cross. So his logic was telling him, when that logic was hijacked, it was telling him, how can somebody that died on the cross in Jerusalem be walking around and be talking with people, eating with the disciples,
Disappearing.
and appearing and disappearing. Now to Thomas, this was not logical. This was not practical. Because somebody that died on the cross is seen appearing, talking, and eating with people. Could this be correct? Now, the devil hijacked this pure logic that would have been used for the advancement of the kingdom to make him to doubt. So, in dealing with doubt, you must also deal with your logic. It's not logical that somebody that was crucified a few days ago is now risen. From where? Where did it come from? So even when he was told, he said, no, I will not believe. I saw him. I saw his dead body that hung on the cross. And he was buried. How will you tell me that this person that was buried is talking with people, appearing with people, and even eating with people? I will not believe. Now, dear friends, that is one of the barriers that have been raised between us and the Lord. Logic. Now, when a man uses the logic that has been hijacked by the devil, he deprives himself of the reality of experiencing and enjoying God. In 2 Corinthians, as we stop, 2 Corinthians chapter 10. From verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Now, remember, strongholds, not just one stronghold, but several strongholds. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5 now. Say, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Second Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not what? Carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Now, remember, strongholds is in plural, not just one, but many. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Hallelujah. Yes. So, two things to deal with in assessing the tremendous or parallel power of God is what? What are they? Doubt. Once we remove this ground, and we cast down imaginations, those things that say, hey, how is it like this? How can somebody that was crucified on the cross be talking to people, be reasoning? No. Unless I see and put my hand and get that logic correct, I will not believe. That is the barrier. So in this cosmic reality, the burden in God's heart is simply that the problem is not from his side. The problem is from our side, it's from our own side. So if I entertain doubt and I use my logic to counteract God's express will, it becomes our undoing. So the prayer simply put is this: Lord, I will not be a doubting Thomas. I will believe. So put your hand there and say, hey, now I can reason it logically. And say, Lord, when he now saw, he now believed. So my God and my Lord, I'm sorry. For this doubt I've entertained, I'm very sorry. So whatever you're passing through that is up to date, remember this: the problem cannot be from the side of God. It's actually from our side. My doubts is an enemy. It's even worse than cancer. I hope you know cancer. What is worse than cancer is your doubt. It's your doubt. And that can keep you from your healing. Because you want to use your logic. How do you tell me I am healed? When my logic is saying that sickness was the one that killed my grandfather and killed my father. And I begin to use logic. In fact, the symptoms, they are all around. And I use your logic. The devil hijacks logic in order to deprive us of the living access to the tree of life. So we pray that this morning, whatever may constitute your doubts against your healing, doubt and logic against your deliverance, this morning, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Is that understood? I'm going to pray and say, Lord, my doubts, take them away. And my logic, the stronghold of logic, I'm casting it down, so that my life and my thoughts will be brought under the obedience of Christ. Is that understood? Shall we rise on our feet? Let's stand to our feet.